Hey everybody, Luis Tafoya here, product specialist from Edwards Kia in Council Bluffs, where it pays across the bridge. We got a really special treat lined up for you guys today. We have a Kia Telluride right here. We don't get to see these very often. These vehicles come in and they sell right away. And if you can't find one on the lot, best bet is to probably order one and we can walk you along through that process, no problem. But let's dive into the vehicle. This one right here particularly is the EX trim level with the premium package and the Nightfall edition. The way you're gonna tell that this is a Nightfall edition is because it has all the black lettering up here, black accents all the way around, black trim. Also, this is a 22, and you're gonna be able to tell that right here by the Kia logo. It's got the new emblem, looks really, really good. Signature tiger nose grille right here, love that. You can always distinguish if that's a Kia by the tiger nose grille here. Coming around to the side, like I said, being that this is an EX Nightfall edition, you have the 20-inch Nightfall package wheels. On other trim levels, you can still get the blacked out rims, but they're not gonna be this pattern. You have the sunroof up here. You get that on the S or anything above the S model. If you would like the dual sunroof, moonroof, you can get that on the SX. You cannot get that on the EX. And you will not get the panoramic on the Telluride due to the ventilation systems is on the roof on the inside. So going into the back seat, one thing that I like to point out is that you have this nice little privacy shade here, or your little sun curtain. This comes on the EX or above. If you go up into the SX, you start getting some of the more creature comforts in the back seat. You can get the heated and ventilated seats as well. On the standard EX trim level, you get the bench seat, but when you get into the premium package, that's when you start getting into the captain's chairs, which is one of the most popular features that people are really looking out for when it comes to these Tellurides. So on the 22 models, they did away with the badging on what trim level you have, so this is no longer there. But you can still see that you got the Nightfall edition because the letters here are blacked out, all the accents blacked out. On this particular model, you will start, on the EX trim level, you will start to get the power liftgate, which is a really, really nice feature. Love this feature. The seats, they're really, really easy to lay down, especially in this third row. You pull that strap, you drop it down, same thing on the other side. And then the third row is actually 3 passengers, so you can fit 3 people back here. Does have seat belts for all 3. Also, you have USB ports on both sides. This thing is packed with USB ports. Also, you have a one-touch second row letdown button, which you push the button and it drops the second row straight down. So that way, if you're trying to load up the back space, you don't have to go around to the side doors to drop the seats. Really, really great feature. Also, you can set it up through the head unit if you wanted to it's called Smart Trunk or Smart Liftgate, to where you can walk up behind the vehicle, it senses your key, and it'll open up the liftgate for you. All right, before we jump on into the inside, I just want to show off this beautiful engine compartment here. You have a 3.8 V6, and this being all-wheel drive, it has a towing capacity of up to 5,000 pounds. It's gonna be plenty of towing capacity for your jet skis, campers, things of that nature. Don't have to worry about it, this thing will handle it. All right, so as we jump into the inside, I'm gonna start in the same place I always do, right here on the key fob. You have your unlock, your power liftgate, and your panic. One thing that's new though, is they integrated the remote start right onto the fob. It's a really, really nice feature. You hold this button down, it'll remote start your car. This feature right here specifically will only work for up to 94 feet away. So as a backup, you get the UVO Link app, which I'll touch base here and touch more on here in just a minute. Going down into this little area right here, there's a lot going on, and I'll explain a little bit as we get into it. You have your heated and ventilated seats on both sides. You have your wireless charging pad. You still get your Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Coming back here, you have your drive mode select. You have all your drive mode features. You have your smart, sport, comfort, eco, and snow. Then you also have your auto idle stop and go button, which you can turn off at any time you want. This feature is for emissions control, so it'll temporarily shut your car down when you're at a complete stop. And then once you start going, it'll turn it back on. Then you have an auto hold button right here, which is a really nice feature for stop and go traffic and drive through situations where you hit the auto hold button. Once you hit your brake, the green light will turn on. And you don't have to worry about holding your foot onto the brake the entire time, and your car will not move forward unless you hit the gas. You have two nice size cubby holes here, and then you also have some handles here to support yourself getting in and out of the vehicle if need be. All right, moving up to this middle section here, this is your climate settings. You do have dual climate control, so I can adjust the passenger's temperature and my temperature to two totally different temperatures. If he runs hot and I run cold, we can set it up to make it to where we're both comfortable. And then as soon as your passenger leaves, you hit the sync button right there, and it'll set the passenger side back to the same side as the driver's side. Also right here, you have your heated steering wheel and your remote start. Now coming up to this huge screen, this is a 10.25 inch touchscreen display, built-in navigation. On the navigation, you have a couple different views that you could set it up. You can have a 3D view and you can have a flat view. And so you can get it comfortable, whatever's gonna be a little easier on your eyes. You do have Sirius XM radio equipped with this. Also, my favorite thing that I touched base earlier, the UVO Link. You get a year subscription of this, and it enables the features of remote start scheduling. So the remote start on here, like I said, only works for 94 feet. The UVO Link app, you can remote start your car from anywhere. You can be in Iowa and you can start your car over in Nebraska. But if your car has been off for 3 days, if you go on a trip and you leave your car at the airport, if your car has been off for 3 days or more, the remote start feature will not work for security purposes through your phone. You got geofencing, so you can set up parameters or where you don't want your teenage driver to go to. You can set up remote start schedules, curfew alerts, speed alerts. Speed alerts are really good for teenage drivers, so if you don't want them going over 65 and next thing you know they're going 80, it'll automatically send an alert to your phone and you can call them to kind of see what's going on. Now, getting up into the dash and up here to your steering wheel, you have a lot more settings that you can go into. You have your smart cruise control with adaptive cruise control, which will allow you to set the distance between you and the leading car ahead of you. And then if that car slows down, you will automatically slow down without having to adjust your cruise control, which is a really, really great feature. You get blind spot detection, which I touched on earlier, which is going to be right over here on your side view mirrors. Lights indicate that if somebody's in your blind spot. You have lane keeping assist and lane centering assist. That's going to help you stay in your lanes while you're driving, and if you start to veer out of your lane, it's going to automatically push you back into your lane. Love that feature. Up on the roof, you have the sunroof here, which comes on the S model and above. You can get the dual sunroof, like I said, on the SX trim level, but you cannot get a panoramic sunroof on the Telluride due to the ventilation systems being up in the ceilings. Your rear vents are controlled back here, or you can do it from up here as well. So you have the options for your guests in the back to kind of keep control of their temperature, or you can take care of it yourselves up here. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me on this special treat on the Kia Telluride. Remember, if you'd like to order one of these vehicles, we would love to help walk you through that process. It's super easy, super painless, and we do it with zero deposit. Give us a call, 712-366-9481, where it pays across the bridge.